Hi, I'm Adriana from Tall Tale Equestrian, and I'm here to teach you my methods of cleaning tack. Cleaning tack serves a functional purpose. It's not just for looks. It's not just to make your tack pretty. When you're cleaning your tack, you're going over it piece by piece really closely so that you can see if there's any parts that are cracked or damaged that you can replace before your next ride, before you have a disastrous situation, like for example, you being on cross country and you're rain braking, or out hunting or on a show jumping course and you're rain braking in the middle of it because it wasn't well maintained and inspected. I'm going to teach you how I maintain my tack in order to keep it safe for years and years and years to come. The first thing that I do is I always use a rag when I'm cleaning my tack. I do not use a sponge. The reason for that is it really helps get off all of the grime and all of the dried sweat off of your tack. I have two different products that I like to use depending on what the tack feels like on that given day. Lexol Cleaner is what I like to use when the tack feels sticky and like it needs a good stripping. If the tack feels dry, I like to use this FX Leather Cream. It's a cream soap. In both cases, I'll start with my rag. I'll wet the rag and then squeeze the water out. And then, in this case, this tack is a little bit sticky. So I'm going to use a few lugs of that, smushel it around. And then I'm going to vigorously scrub the strap leather with this rag. Not very much water on here, so it will dry pretty quickly. And then the next step will be conditioning, which we'll talk about in just a minute.
You'll want to make sure that you clean underneath each buckle on your tack in order to preserve its longevity. Usually a bridle designated for a specific horse, the buckles will stay in one position for a very long time, and that can damage the leather that's underneath it. So you'll want to make sure that you clean and condition under each buckle.
So this bridle is all cleaned, and now I'm going to move to the conditioning process. Conditioning helps keep your leather supple and soft so that it doesn't crack or dry rot. So again, it serves a practical purpose, not just for looking pretty. My favorite conditioner is FX Leader Balsam. It's like a leather grease. So in the summer, it's really soft. In the winter time, when it's chilly, it's kind of not so soft. So for this, you do want to use a sponge. And you just get some on your sponge, and then you just wipe it on your tack. And it's a really nice, deep penetrating leather grease that is really good for making your leather goods soft and supple and pliable. Once your tack is all clean and conditioned, it's time to put it back on the wall. I like to figure eight my tack so that it doesn't look sloppy on the wall, so that it looks nice and tidy. And there is a certain way that I like to figure eight my tack, which makes it really easy to take apart the next time that you use it. What you'll do is you'll take your reins, you'll hold them up behind the bridle, then you'll take your throat latch, you'll bring it in front once, through the reins in the back, so see now it's holding up the reins, and then some people will just leave it at that, make an X. I like to do it through a second time, and it just makes it really nice and tidy. And the reins are being held up by your throat latch so that when you pick up the headstall, that's all you have to pick up. Now, we're not finished yet. We have to do up the noseband. So I bring the noseband back around the front. So one thing that you'll notice is that when I do up this bridle, I'm not buckling it. First of all, if you buckle it, then when you go to take apart your bridle, when you're about to put it on the horse the next time, what will happen is you have to undo all the buckles, which is just really, it's just an unnecessary step. But furthermore, the more important factor is the fact that if you have your buckles always on the leather, rust, and it can actually erode the leather. So it's better to just use the keepers when you're figure eighting your bridle. And then of course, always make sure to clean under all the buckles when you're cleaning your bridle. If you're in a real hurry, for whatever reason, and you don't have time to clean your tack, you always have to clean your bit at the very least. If you don't clean your bit, then the next time you go to use it, you're gonna have dried up hay and crud all over it, and it's going to cut your horse's mouth. You definitely don't want that. Okay, so at the very least, you're gonna clean your bit. Keeping your tack cleaned, conditioned, and well maintained also saves you money in the long run because it helps increase the longevity of your tack, so you don't have to continuously replace it. What I like to do, my policy is I buy really nice tack and I keep it for the better part of 20 years because I take really, really good care of it. And you can too.